Hello, class. It's me, Miss BHjelm. Yesterday we started our unit on the climate. Today we will be exploring climate change, which is a little bit of a controversial topic that I'm sure you've heard in the news. Although a lot of scandal seems to follow the topic of climate change, it's really an important process for us to understand as people who want to be in the field of science. I thought today we would do something a little bit different. We're going to go through this video and then we will end with a class discussion. I want us all, as we watch the video, to be thinking about things that we can do as individuals to reverse the impact our humans' activity have had on the Earth's climate. So first, let's go through a little bit of a review. What is the climate? As we explored yesterday, climate is defined as the long-term prevailing weather conditions of a particular place. I know we all laughed and talked about how in Alabama, it's sometimes hard to define our climate, especially in the spring or October, where it may be 80 degrees one day and 32 the next, as well as when we go from snowfall to tornadoes. But in most areas, climate's defined as the long-term weather conditions. In Alabama, we know most of the time we're going to have hot summers, followed by rain that's going to get our crops, unless we have a drought, followed by very mild winters. Where if we were looking at other regions, even within the United States, we can say that the climate is definitely different in those areas. Yesterday, we also talked about how in Brazil, they have two crop seasons because their summer is so long and prevalent during their season. So let's explore again. What are some factors that determine a region's climate? The latitude, global air circulation, land topography, oceanic circulation patterns, and seasonal changes all contribute to the climate that a region has. Latitude, as we were saying, the farther north you go in the United States, the harsher their winters. Especially think about the winter in Alaska versus here in Alabama. Oceanic circulation patterns. Think about things on our Gulf Coast and how it contributes to the climate. Seasonal changes. As we said, in Alabama, it can get a little bit crazy, but in other areas, they seem to be more stable. So now that we've reviewed climate, let's take a look at our topic that we're going to explore today, which is climate change. Climate change is a very broad term. It's kind of an umbrella that is used to describe any alteration to the Earth's climate. This can be at a local, regional, or global scale. It can also refer to the effects of these changes. So why is this happening? In recent decades, the term climate change is usually used to describe changes in the Earth's climate that are driven by human activities. Two of those major activities are the burning of fossil fuels, which adds carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, or removal of forest, which also causes the carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere to increase. So why does this matter? Where does carbon dioxide fall in the scale of the Earth's atmosphere and climate? Next, let's talk about the greenhouse effect. The Earth is comparable to a greenhouse. We must think of our atmosphere that is surrounding the planet Earth just as the glass in a greenhouse is. It helps trap the heat by absorbing the sun's heat as sunlight comes through it. So let's dive deeper. How is this happening? The greenhouse effect is the process when the gases in the Earth's atmosphere trap the sun's heat. This is what makes Earth so much more warmer than other planets in our solar system and why humans are able to live here on Earth. The gases that traps the sun heat are known as greenhouse gases. And you guessed it, carbon dioxide is one of these greenhouse gases. The greenhouse effect is really a miracle in the fact that this is why humans are able to live on Earth. This is what creates the warm climate that allows humans, animals, and other organisms to exist. But this is a delicate balance. Like we said, our human activities are increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which in turn determines how much heat is trapped. So what does this mean? Let's tackle our next subject, global warming. Global warming is the gradual increase in global temperature. So like we said, this is all going to be connected. Why is the Earth's temperature gradually increasing? What is the cause? Like we mentioned, human activities are changing the Earth's natural greenhouse effect by increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Remember, carbon dioxide is one of those greenhouse gases that traps heat. When we burn fossil fuels like coal and oil, it puts more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, as well as when we remove trees by deforestation. This is preventing all of these trees from being able to absorb some of that carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. By increasing this level of carbon dioxide, we are increasing the ability of those gases to absorb the sun's heat, which is causing the global temperature to steadily increase. Global warming is only one type of climate change, but this is the only one we're going to focus on today. So now that we've talked about global warming, what's the solution? What are some things we can do to help this situation? Let's fix it together. It is essential for humans to cut the use of fossil fuels. It is also vital to make strides to restore the forests that we have clear cutted. This way we can slowly decrease our contribution of more carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. This seems like a big task, so let's break it down. How can you help? Who can make a difference? Everyone. Every effort matters. Individuals can work together to reverse climate change by carpooling to work, planting a tree, or even recycling. Okay, so now as a class, for our class discussion today, I want us to think about two things. First of all, we've learned about global warming and what affects what affects global warming. Like I said, burning fossil fuels and cutting down trees. I want you to think of some more things as individuals you can do to reduce our input of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. What are some efforts as individuals we can do? Also, we didn't discuss it in detail, but why does global warming matter? What happens as our global temperature continues to steadily increase? Get with the people around you and discuss, why does global warming matter? What are the effects it has on us as humans? And what do you think will happen if we are unable to reverse this gradual increase of temperature in Earth's climate? Thank you.